Hello and welcome. In this video I want to go over the songs within basically the YouTube generation that would mean the most for me. They're basically all lyrics related. And the first is the song Monster by Imagine Dragons. Now if you've been following JSnip4, he talks doing a lot about song parodies. I'm going to switch the screen to center it out a little bit. But I did a parody on this many months ago, and that means a lot to me now when it goes through, because it means a lot to my story. Ever since I could remember everything inside of me, it just wanted to fit in. And I use these first three lines as my first memories of Bitcoin was in its real infancy days. And I think there was always a part of me that wanted it too, but I just wouldn't allow it. So within the parody of the songs, I would say something like I thought it was a pretender for everything it tried to be, and it wouldn't settle in. And instead of it'd be no. And then within this line, I would say, if I told you what it was, would you turn your back on it? Which I did. And it seemed dangerous and I was scared, which could pretty much be the case. I got the feeling just because everything I touch isn't dark enough. So I want to talk about how I felt Bitcoin to be dark and then how the problem lied with me. And then as the song would continue, I like this chorus as it's only a currency with a blockchain to guide it. It's taking a stand to escape corrupt banking. A monster, it's turned into a monster. And within many more of these different parts of the song, there's another line on here. I'm just trying to find where it is, where it's a part of a burden and it's made a home inside of me. There's a line in that level, and that's basically what it has become for me, at least within this song here. So that's the first one. The next one that I'm going to go over is a song called Don't Speak by No Doubt. This song came out in the mid to late 1990s, which most of my favorite songs still are made in the 1990s. That was my favorite era for music. And when I look at the start of this, I see you and me, we used to be together, every day together, always. I can really feel that I'm losing my best friend. I can't believe this could be the end. It looks as though you're letting go, and if it's real, well, I don't want to know. This gives me two different kind of meanings. One, the losing of the currency in itself, but the chorus is almost how I feel when I try to explain, and I can understand with a lot of the people. This is going back mainly around the start of this millennium, or decade rather, 2009, 2010, 2011. I know what you're saying, so please stop explaining. Don't tell me because it hurts. Don't speak. I know what you're thinking. I don't know your reasons. Don't tell me because it hurts. This is because they don't want to hear it. They know the world's screwed up. And especially back then, there was hardly anybody that could really explain the problem within our economic model system, where today, of course, things are a little bit different. But that's what I got within this. But the song that I really am thinking a lot as far as the partition with the fiat currency would be a song from the same time frame, which is by Our Lady Peace, and that song is called Clumsy. This song means a lot to me for ever since, well, it came out mainly. But as I state, parting with the fiat currency. So in this video, like a third man who you're talking to, this is in speaking to the dollar. Throw away the radio, suitcase keeps you awake. hide the telephone in case. You realize that sometimes you're just not okay. You level off, you level off, you level off. But it's not all right now. You need to understand. There's nothing strange about this. You need to know your friends. You need to know that I'll be waving my hands, watching you drown, watching you scream, quiet or loud. And maybe you should sleep, and maybe you just need a friend. As clumsy as you've been, there's no one laughing. You will be safe in here. Throw away this very old shoelace that's tripped you again. Try to shrug it off. Shrug it off. But it's only skin now. You need to understand there's nothing fake about this. And on this line here, that's when you look at your silver bars, your silver rounds, your silver coins. You need to let me in. I'm watching you, and I'll be waving my hands, watching you drown, watching you scream. No one's around. As, of course, that is what I'd be thinking towards as, of course, the fiat currency comes to a close. And to a somewhat closer degree, I would also say from the same artist, the song Superman's Dead. Do you worry that you're not liked? How long till you break? You're happy because you smile, but how much can you fake? And that one line I just love. An ordinary boy, an ordinary name. And to think that dollar is just so ordinary is, yeah, but ordinary is just not good enough today, which emphasizes our world changes. Alone I'm thinking, why is Superman dead? Is it in my head? Well, just laugh instead. And well, thinking back in like 2009, 2010, all that time frame there, I'm thinking, you know what? I mean, what a big change for a world with the fiat currency system just imploding. I mean, that's like big, and okay, we can start laughing about it, which I actually did. You worry about the weather and whether or not you should hate. Are you worried about your faith? Because the currency is a faith-backed system. Kneel down and obey. You're happy you're in love. You need someone to hate. You're an ordinary girl in an ordinary waist. But ordinary is just not good enough today. And that's, as I stated, really, really a big part, of course, of ordinary. We're living in a new ordinary coming through, I think. Next up, Country Song by Tim McGraw. I like it. I love it. I think it's from the early to mid-1990s, probably 93 to 95. It was around that time. I can remember sitting on the train as I have what they'd call a Sony Walkman, listening to this song and many others. It was one of my favorites. But reading this, spent $48 last night at the county fair. I've always been a big fan of, at first, Weird Al Yankovic, and then in country music, Cletus T. Judd. So this is the type of song where I get the idea, well, how would I make this into a good parody? And it seems really relatively easy. Spent $48 last night at the county fair. Well, Litecoin was about $48 last year. So you switched night to year. County fair, you got to switch this a cryptocurrency fair at the currency, however you want to change it. Obviously, you can see fair, bear, deer, year, sleep, deep. So you'll oftentimes, what I would do is go onto the internet and try to find words that rhyme with it and then try to figure out how you're going to end it. But you want to move this song into the fact that you're getting all hyped into this coin, you're loving it, and you're loving it. You haven't seen the Maple Leafs play a game all year. Just make that a little bit different. I mean, I had TBS back in the day. I didn't watch many of the Braves games, although I did watch them play against the Toronto Blue Jays in 1992. I can tell you, Deion Sanders scared the living crap out of me. The fact that they didn't play him much, I did enjoy, though. He was good. That was neither here nor there. But going back to this song, my long-lost buddies say I'm getting in too deep. And that's really what you want to talk about, getting in very deep into Litecoin. But I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Now in this, I try so hard, I can't rise above it. You can try to use that rise above it in a fact that the Litecoin price is rising to certain mechanisms. Don't know what it's about, that gal's lovin', but I like it, I love it, I want some more of it. You really don't have to change any of this line. You want to try to basically get the keywords in beside if you're trying to make a parody song within it. My mom and daddy tried to teach me courtesy, but it never sank in till that girl got a hold of me. So you got to talk about when Litecoin gets a hold of you. Now I'm holding up umbrella and opening up doors. I'm taking out the trash and I'm sweeping up my floors, crossing my fingers and counting every kiss, praying that it keeps going on like this. So you got the end part, that it keeps going on like this. You need to have all the good stuff that it would be doing, mainly within the previous few lines. And of course, you got floors, doors, like every so many times. But you don't always have to. You can do words that within the song that would sound good and then rhyme your new word with another one as well. But to me, I'm thinking about this song that's mainly one of the new ones within the list. A song that I've liked for quite some time. I mean, there's always going to be other songs. You get a phone call when you leave a friend's house, and she says, "Oh, this Pink song I heard on the radio, I thought about you." Well, that song will always be a winner for me now. But this has nothing to do on the cryptocurrency side of things. Another one that's just fun is Aerosmith Fever. Whenever I just feel like getting energy, this is good. And then Garth Brooks did the same thing with this song. But when I search for lyrics on his, this is what comes up. I have never seen anyone try to stop their videos from being displayed on the internet. It's as bad as Saturday Night Live. Some content just isn't shown. Most artists will gladly put their content on the internet. Leanne Rimes came out with a song at the start of the millennium called Big Deal. This is just another fun song that I really enjoy as well. But Can't Fight the Moonlight was a song that I thought was also fun by her. She sang very good, old school, not so happy, traditional, sad music. She was good at that, but the happy music like this, I'm a big fan of. This song will always be remembered for when I first got really, really drunk. Unskinny Bop. It was a fun song back at the start of the 1990s. And then when I was 18 and I got my first ever place to live, I partied it up, and every Friday night, Saturday night, Monday night, and sometimes Thursday nights. This is the songs we partied it up to, and it was on Q107 in Toronto all the time. It was on, as well as Green Day and the song Basket Case. I think I might have been a basket case that year in 1994. I might have went to school 1, maybe even 2 years a little early. And I actually could have went to school when I was 17. I'm glad I didn't. But those were some fun times, and these are some music that I enjoyed and still enjoy to this day. I'd like to hear some songs that you like. And thank you for tuning in to really a non-money chart style video, but just for the odd time I like to do stuff like this here and there. It will not be a normal thing within the channel, but what will be normal is every now and again content like this. Take care.